The day I found out the woman I loved was the reason my life was destroyed, I was standing in the rain outside the mansion where we promised we would grow old together. And the worst part, she was inside celebrating her engagement. To my enemy. My name is Ethan Parker, and 5 years ago, I was a man who believed love could fix anything. I believed loyalty mattered. I believed family meant protection. I was wrong, because sometimes the person holding your hand is the same person hiding the knife behind their back. This is the story of how I lost everything, and how I came back to take back my life. 5 years earlier, I was 28 years old, running my small architecture company in Seattle, Washington. My father had built the company from nothing, but after his sudden death, I inherited the responsibility of keeping his dream alive. Every morning, I walked into my office looking at his old picture hanging on the wall. Make something people remember, he always told me. I tried, but I never expected my biggest project would become my biggest heartbreak. That was the day I met Olivia Bennett. She walked into my office holding a folder of building designs, her brown hair tied back, her eyes filled with confidence. "You're Ethan Parker?" she asked. "Yes." She smiled. "I expected someone older." I laughed. "And I expected someone less intimidating." She raised an eyebrow. "Intimidating?" "Yes. You walked in here like you owned the building." She looked around. "Maybe someday I will." I didn't know it then. But she would. Just not in the way I imagined. Olivia became my project partner. She was smart, ambitious, and different from anyone I had ever met. We spent nights working together. We argued. We laughed. We shared secrets. And slowly, without realizing it, I fell in love. One night, while watching the city lights from the office balcony, she asked me, "Ethan, do you believe people can change?" I looked at her. "I think the right person can bring out the best in someone." She smiled. "What if the wrong person brings out the worst?" I didn't understand why she looked sad when she said it. Not until later. After 2 years together, I proposed. I planned everything. A private dinner. The place where we first met. A ring I designed myself. When I opened the box, Olivia covered her mouth. "Ethan, Olivia Bennett, I don't know what the future looks like, but I know I want you in every version of it." Tears filled her eyes. Yes. That night, I thought I was the luckiest man alive. But 3 months later, my world collapsed. I woke up one morning and my company accounts were frozen. My investors were gone. My reputation was destroyed. And the police were standing outside my door. "Ethan Parker, yes, you're under investigation for financial fraud." I couldn't even speak. Fraud. Me. I spent the entire day trying to understand what happened. Then I found the evidence. My signature. My emails. My approvals. Everything pointed to me. But I didn't do it. Someone had framed me. And then I saw the person who reported everything. The person who handed the evidence to the police. Olivia. I went to her apartment that night. The woman I loved opened the door. But the person standing there felt like a stranger. "Olivia, tell me this isn't real." She looked away. "Ethan, you need to leave." My heart broke. "Why?" Silence. Then she said the words that still haunt me. "I never loved you." I felt like the ground disappeared. "What?" She looked at me coldly. "You were useful. Your company, your name, your connections." Every word felt like a knife. "No." "Yes." I stepped back. The woman who held me when I cried. The woman who promised forever. Was destroying me. Who is behind this? She didn't answer. But someone behind her did. A man stepped forward. A familiar face. Ryan Mitchell. My childhood friend. My business partner. The person I trusted more than anyone. He smiled. "Hello, Ethan." I stared at him. "You." Ryan laughed. "You always had everything. Your father's company, respect, money." "Olivia." My blood ran cold. "You were jealous." He walked closer. "No, Ethan. I was patient. Then he whispered, I spent years waiting for you to lose everything. I was arrested. The news destroyed my name. My company was taken. My friends disappeared. My family refused to believe me. Everyone thought I was a criminal. And the woman I loved was now standing beside Ryan. After 6 months, the charges were dropped. Because the evidence suddenly vanished. But my life was already gone. I left Seattle. I disappeared. For 5 years, everyone thought Ethan Parker was finished. They were wrong. I moved to New York and started again. Not with money, not with power, with anger. I worked harder than ever. I built a new company. I became successful, but every night, I remembered Olivia. I hated myself for still missing her. Then one day, I saw her name on the news. Olivia Bennett announces engagement to billionaire Ryan Mitchell. I stared at the screen. 5 years disappeared in 1 second. But then I noticed something. Her face. She wasn't smiling. Not like someone getting married. She looked scared. That was when I realized something. Maybe Olivia betrayed me, but maybe she wasn't free either. I returned to Seattle, not for revenge. At least, that's what I told myself. I attended their engagement party. Everyone froze when I walked in. Ryan's smile disappeared. Olivia dropped her glass. Ethan. I looked at her, surprised to see me. She stepped closer. You shouldn't be here. I smiled. Why? Afraid I'll ruin your perfect life. Her eyes filled with tears. Please leave. I leaned closer. 5 years ago, you destroyed my life. Her voice shook. I know. The answer shocked me. You know, she whispered, because I was trying to save yours. Before I could ask what she meant, the lights went out. The entire mansion went dark. People screamed. A few seconds later, a projector turned on, a video appeared, and the person on the screen was Ryan. But it wasn't a normal video. It was a recording. From 5 years ago, Ryan was sitting in a room with Olivia. And he said, once Ethan goes to prison, everything belongs to us. My heart stopped. Olivia looked at the screen, terrified, because she had never seen this video before. Then Ryan's voice came from behind us. Whoever brought this here? Everyone turned. Ryan was holding a gun. And he looked at me. You should have stayed gone, Ethan. That scared me more than the weapon itself. Because it meant he had planned this. Everything. The betrayal. The lies. The destruction of my life. He had been waiting for this moment. Everyone around us was frozen. The same people who once celebrated Ryan as a successful businessman were now staring at him like they were seeing a monster. But I was looking at Olivia. Because for 5 years, I hated her. I blamed her. I imagined 1,000 ways I would make her regret breaking my heart. But now, I saw something I never expected. Fear. Not fear of me. Fear of Ryan. Ryan, Olivia whispered. He looked at her. Don't. One word. One warning. And she immediately went silent. That was when I understood. She wasn't his partner. She was his prisoner. Ryan laughed. You know what's funny, Ethan? He pointed the gun toward me. I spent years watching you pretend you were better than everyone. You had your father's company. His respect. His perfect life. His eyes became darker. And then you found her. He looked at Olivia. The one thing I couldn't take from you. I shook my head. You destroyed everything because you were jealous. Ryan smiled. No. He stepped closer. I destroyed everything because I wanted you to understand what it feels like to lose. My jaw tightened. You were my best friend. He laughed. Exactly. That word hurt more than anything. Best friends know where to hit. 5 years ago, when the police came to my house, Ryan had already prepared everything. He had copied my signature, created fake documents, manipulated my accounts. But there was one thing he didn't expect. Olivia. She discovered his plan, and she tried to stop him. The problem was, she was too late. Ryan already had control. When she threatened to expose him, he threatened me. He told her if she spoke, I would spend my life in prison. So she made the hardest choice. She destroyed my heart, to save my life, but I never knew. I looked at Olivia. Why didn't you tell me? Her eyes filled with tears. Because Ryan was always watching. She took a shaky breath. He told me he would hurt your family. Your employees. Anyone close to you. My anger started turning into something else. Pain. For 5 years, I hated the wrong person. I thought you never loved me. She looked at me. I loved you too much. The room became silent. Even Ryan looked uncomfortable. Because he knew. He had lost control. Suddenly, the mansion doors opened. Police officers entered. Ryan's face changed. What? I looked at him. You really thought I came back without a plan? His eyes narrowed. What did you do? I smiled. The same thing you did. His face went pale. I learned. 5 years ago, he used evidence to destroy me. This time, I used evidence to destroy him. Before coming to Seattle, I had discovered hidden financial records connected to Ryan. I spent months collecting everything. But I needed one final piece. A confession. And Ryan gave it to me himself. Every word he said tonight was recorded. His threats. His admission. Everything. Ryan suddenly grabbed Olivia. The gun moved toward her. Everyone screamed. Stay back. My heart stopped. Even after everything. Even after the pain. I couldn't watch him hurt her. Ryan, I said calmly. Look at me. He did. You wanted to take everything from me. I stepped forward. But you made one mistake. His eyes moved. What? I looked at Olivia. You forgot she was never yours. For a second, Ryan froze. And that was enough. Olivia moved. She pushed his arm away. The gun fell. The officers rushed forward. Ryan was finally taken down. Months later, the trial became national news. Ryan Mitchell lost everything. His company. His reputation. His freedom. The world finally knew the truth. And my name was cleared. But winning didn't feel like I imagined. Because revenge doesn't bring back the years you lose. It doesn't erase the nights you cried alone. It doesn't heal every wound. Only time does that. A year later, I was standing on the balcony of my new office. The city lights reminded me of the night I proposed to Olivia. She walked beside me, quiet, different. We had both changed. I still don't know if you can forgive me, she said. I looked at her. I spent 5 years hating you. She lowered her eyes. And now, I smiled slightly. Now I understand. She looked at me. I'm sorry, Ethan. I nodded. I know. A tear rolled down her cheek. I thought I lost you. Forever. I looked at the city. Maybe we did lose each other. I turned toward her. But sometimes, I held her hand. 2 broken people can find their way back. Years later, people asked me if I regretted loving Olivia. My answer was always the same. No, because love isn't only about the happy moments. Sometimes love survives betrayal. Sometimes love survives pain. Sometimes the person you think destroyed you was the person fighting for you in silence. And sometimes revenge isn't about destroying your enemies. Sometimes the greatest revenge is building a life they can never touch. My name is Ethan Parker. And this was the story of the love I buried that came back to save me.